Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and staying safe during this time. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Like I said, thank you so much for checking me out. If you haven't done so, please make sure to hit that subscribe button just right below the video. Cool, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thanks again for your support. I truly do appreciate having you here.
This should be a strong breakout on or before April 2nd, about a month away. Looking at $1.26 to $2.12. But if we don't break out and we go below, we're looking at 61 cents and 70 cents as support zones. Very interesting, folks. And then Jeff ISO XRP puts this out. Says posted this last year, seems a little more relevant today. Hi, Joe Lubin says, hi, Jamie. Listen to this.
When the DOJ calls someone up and says that's an illegal currency and it's against the laws of the United States of land, if you do it again, we'll put you in jail, it's over.
So you really
there's no issue. There will be, and this is my personal opinion, there will be no real non-controlled currency in the world. There's no government that's going to put up with it for long. It's kind of cute now, you know, a lot of the senators in Congress will say, I support Silicon Valley innovation. There will be no currency that gets around government controls.
And he goes on to show a clip right here. And we're back to a video.
If I were an institution, I might ask myself, why would I want to get in front of the SEC or the DOJ right now?
You know, it's a great question. Listen, I started by saying the first 3 years were 98% or 95% retail. Regulators don't come from retail. Their job is to protect retail, but regulators come from institutions. Right? Jay Clayton worked at Sullivan & Cromwell. So they're talking to the guys they knew from the Goldman Sachs's, from the JP Morgans, the mortgage desks. If they're regulating mortgages, they call their guy.
On the tech side, we have organizations like Microsoft, Intel, Cisco, HP, Samsung, banks like BNY Mellon, State Street, Santander, Scotiabank, UBS, Credit Suisse, Mitsubishi, UFG, National Bank of Canada, and yes, JP Morgan Chase. Hi, Jamie.
JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon was famously anti-blockchain, and he's come around to developing a project with you.
He always plotted the Jamie coin. He was just trying to...
Right, just waiting.
Nothing to see here. This blockchain thing isn't going to happen.
You know what's interesting there? All those companies that dude Lubin just named and just spoke about, we already found out most of them dropped Ethereum. How crazy is that? They're in the middle of this from Bankrupt. The Central Bank of Taiwan has accelerated its research into the development of a Taiwanese central bank digital currency. The bank expects to complete the second phase of its pilot program by September 2022. The CBDT completed a CBDC feasibility study in June of 2020. Here's the article, right? So, September 2022, they're looking to get the second phase of the pilot program going. They've been looking into this for a couple of years. It's going to be a 1-to-1 ratio, right? They're looking into a central bank digital currency. Why do I find this interesting? I'll tell you right now. We first find out back in 2019. XRP got exposure in Taiwan as one of their largest and biggest exchanges listed it, right? BitOEX. It listed the XRP pair to the TWD, which is the currency in Taiwan, Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT. That's back in 2019. But I'm not done. We fast forward to February 11th of 2019. What else do we find out? The Taiwan legislator Karen Yu joined us at Ripple headquarters today to discuss how we can help foster broader financial inclusion and responsible innovation with blockchain. Why would the Taiwan legislator head over to San Francisco, to Silicon Valley, to meet Ripple in their HQ to talk about financial inclusion? What has Ripple been telling you that they're looking to solve with XRP, financial inclusion? What are we finding out now? That they're working on a central bank digital currency over in Taiwan. But I'm not done yet, folks, because what else do we find out? We come to this clip. I want you to listen to this for a second and listen to how many central banks that Ripple is working with.
Show that our solution is widely adopted, and which is why I'm actually employed by Ripple, because so we actually work very closely with about 40-50 central banks across the globe, including Bank of Thailand. So Ripple has taken that approach of collaboration and education as once.
He tells you back in 2018, Ripple's working with 40 to 50 central banks. Then we fast forward, we find out in 2019 that XRP gets listed onto the Taiwan's exchange. Then we also find out a year later that the Taiwan's legislators are heading over to Ripple to talk to them about financial inclusion. Interesting how things line up, isn't it? And what does this all lead us to? It all leads us to this tweet from Tony Valentino. It says, meme coins fade. We're going to see the rise of crypto with utility. XRP has already been positioned with over 2,000 of the world's largest banks and institutions. XRP will lead the utility bull run. Now, we just heard the clip where Ripple is working with 40 to 50 central banks. Do you understand what that means? Once Ripple gets the central bank onto its platform and they start using XRP, they're going to tell every other bank in that country that they must use XRP as well, that they got to follow the central bank's rules. So you get the central bank on board, what happens next? You get all the other banks to follow. That's how you see these numbers just quickly populate, folks. And that's exactly the approach Ripple is doing, top down, right? You don't build bottom up, they're building top down. They're going after the big players, the central banks. And they're letting the central banks kind of figure it out and then trickle down the information through the rest of the banks in the country. But then we also find this out, and I showed this yesterday, right? Linda P. Jones. Excuse me. Trillions and probably quadrillions of dollars worth when you add in derivatives could travel across the XRP ledger and use XRP as the bridge between the currencies of any value. And they start using XRP, they're going to tell every other bank in that country that they must use XRP as well, that they got to follow the central bank's rules. So you get the central bank on board, what happens next? You get all the other banks to follow. That's how you see these numbers just quickly populate, folks. And that's exactly the approach Ripple is doing, top down, right? You don't build bottom up, they're building top down. They're going after the big players, the central banks. And they're letting the central banks kind of figure it out and then trickle down the information through the rest of the banks in the country. But then we also find this out, and I showed this yesterday, right? Linda P. Jones. Excuse me. Trillions and probably quadrillions of dollars worth when you add in derivatives could travel across the XRP ledger and use XRP as the bridge between the currencies of any value. Talking about a lot of money going through the ledger. I mean, I think that's the simplest terms to put this here, right? So when we get a utility bull run and XRP is being used all over the world, where do you think this price is going to go? This thing is just setting up to have one of the craziest moments in all of crypto. When this thing moves, it moves. I was here in 2017. Many of you listening to my voice probably weren't. But when this thing made its run from about 17 cents, 20 cents, all the way up to $3.96 has happened in the matter of weeks. And that was all up pure speculation. I believe Coinbase, the listing on Coinbase speculation, was the big pile driver that sent this thing home, that sent this thing flying to its all-time high. What do you think is going to happen this time around when we get utility on top of this coin? What do you think is going to happen when these central banks, like the Central Bank of Taiwan, announces that they're going to be using the XRP ledger to build their stable coin off of? And then next thing you know, we get another central bank and another central bank, and they're all announcing it, and the 40 to 50 central banks come 70 to 80 central banks, and then the rest of the world's jumping on the train because XRP ledger is running the new financial system, folks. This thing is going to explode. I say this, and I say this proudly. Know what you hold because you hold gold.
I'm your guy. I will keep you posted. I'm your advocate. I'll be back on a daily basis, usually multiple times per day, with these videos to keep you updated with everything going on. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to share any of my videos with your friends, family, social media, or anybody who may care to listen. Thanks so much for your continued support. I'm always here for you. I want to help you through this time. So thank you so much for continuing to choose me. Enjoy your day, stay safe, and I'll catch you again probably in a couple hours. Thanks, everybody. See you later.